Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
She moved out of the house, then I found a photo on Instagram that explained it. It began mid of August. My 37M spouse, 37F, of 6 years, together for 15 years, came to me and said, "I'm not happy, I've never been happy, everything I've done in our relationship has been for you." 2 weeks after that she moved out on my 3-year-old daughter and I. 2 months after that she signed a 1-year lease on a crappy apartment. In early November she started dating someone. She tried to keep it a secret, but Instagram algorithms threw her under the bus when a picture of another guy hugging her showed up in my feed. That was November 24, 2021. But it started before that. My wife has always struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. My wife survived a childhood abuse that has stayed unaddressed until now. In fact, she has never told anyone, including me, what really happened, when it happened, or who did it. I have no idea. I read the book The Body Keeps the Score, and so much of it is about my wife. Not her recent actions, but the wife I have always known. She clearly suffers from her trauma, but also avoids it. There have been numerous times over the years that she stopped taking her antidepressants, that always ended poorly. The last time she was admitted as an inpatient at a mental health facility for 10 days with panic attacks. But she got better. We had a baby girl. Life was good. Until it wasn't. In April, she decided she wanted to get off an antidepressant medication and replace it with medical marijuana. I've seen her stop meds before, I should have known. She got her MMJ card late April, stopped taking prescribed medications on her own soon after. She also started vaping, a little at first, then more and stronger strains of it. Soon she went through a period of 2 to 3 weeks where she did not sleep at all. And I don't mean that she slept a little, I mean she did not sleep at all. She was a mess, having panic attacks, and she was just barely keeping it together. I thought she may go inpatient again. After that it got worse, something was clearly wrong. She was weirdly distant, and didn't talk much, and was just off. In late July I discovered she had made a free account on Ashley Madison on our laptop. All of the history was there, the account was active for a few hours before she deleted it. Nothing had come of it. I confronted her, she said it was a joke with my friends, I just wanted to see what it was. That was an obvious lie. Then 2 weeks later she said we needed to talk. She told me she was a bad mom, and a bad wife, that I deserved someone better, that if she had it her way she would move somewhere far away like Bali. She told me she's not happy, and has never been happy. Everything she's ever done in our 15+ year relationship has been for my benefit. I was stunned. We had a very, very good relationship. It was never one-sided. In fact, she pushed me to do a lot of the things we have done. In the very beginning she chased me. She wanted to buy a house, she wanted to get pregnant, not that I didn't want those things, but she was the driving force that actually got them done. Now she suddenly was acting like I had forced her into a life she didn't agree to. 2 weeks later she spent the equivalent of 1.5 times our mortgage payment to rent an Airbnb for a month. We started MC. That was totally one-sided. I tried, I talked, I felt. All MC was for her was a slow trickle of information to me. A forum where she could slowly tell me things that were hard to say. Initially, we still did all sorts of stuff together. Went to dinner, did things with our daughter as a family. I thought she was going to figure this out. In October she renewed the Airbnb. More crazy spending. She used to agonize about spending $200 for furniture for our house, and now she spent $3,000 for 2 months of Airbnb. Who is this person? We had a joint account still at this point. She was spending a huge amount of our money at the dispensary and on food delivery apps. At the end of October she told me she had signed a 1-year lease for an apartment. This is where things begin to get darker. The apartment is crappy, like something I would have lived in college. She begins to get more distant. My daughter hates the apartment. She won't sleep when she's there, she won't eat when she's there. My wife slowly begins to see her own child less and less, she doesn't even call and FaceTime her anymore. She goes multiple days without seeing/talking to her. This is a woman who didn't want to spend 2 hours away from her child. Then on November 24th I saw a picture on Instagram. It's a guy holding my wife. I go to his page, this is her AP. The EA seems to have begun at the beginning of November. I was gutted. She has confirmed the EA in an email. She said it was not something she was seeking, it just happened. The Ashley Madison experiment suggests otherwise. I also know she was in contact with several guys from high school in August before she moved out, including this guy. I read texts before she left. Nothing was going on in terms of an affair back then. She thinks I know nothing about the AP. I know everything. He is a habitual oversharer on publicly visible social media pages. AP is a loser she went to high school with, grown man, works in a low-level job at a food place, has nothing, doesn't even own a car, is a deadbeat dad, spends all of his time skateboarding, he's 37 years old, maybe living with his mom but I can't confirm that. She has an alternate Instagram account now, all of her social media was deleted in Sep/October. She now denies ever saying anything about being a bad mom, those words were definitely spoken. She seems to think I'm always out to get her. She gets mad and accuses me of guilting her if I say anything about how all of this affects our child. It affects her heavily, sadly. She won't tell me anything about why any of this happened, all she will say is you've been a great husband, you're the best dad I've ever known, but I want a change of lifestyle and I feel like I lost myself along the way, I became your wife, someone not true to myself. I never tried to change her, I am not an old school person who expects a stay-at-home wife. I want her to be her, always have. Her financial situation is not sustainable. She took half of our savings account and lives on that. Her monthly expenses exceed her income. And she pays none of our child's expenses. I am in contact with her family. None of them know what is going on. Relationship with her dad has always been tough. He is a veteran, has PTSD, and apparently had major alcohol and rage problems when she was little. Mom is probably the closest, but my wife keeps her at an arm's length, and won't discuss any of this. Her sister is very upset with her over her actions. She wrote a letter, my wife got angry at the letter, I have no idea what it said, my wife cut her off, and will no longer speak to her sister. As of right now, she sees our daughter a total of about 15 hours a week. I am the 95% parent. It's hard, but I love being a dad and would not trade the time with my daughter for anything. My wife still has food delivered constantly. She buys MMJ several times a week. She still won't tell me what is going on. Note that this is all new, she did not smoke weed since high school. I asked her to talk to me. She said she will meet with me one time, and she will be honest. But that is it, just once, and only if I promise not to guilt her about our daughter. She said she is already so emotionally drained. I have no idea if she's going to IC, she was at one point, but I suspect she has stopped. Will not go to MC. Oddly, if I tell her I love her, she will still say she loves me too. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know if I should meet with her. If I just ignore her, and give her the cold shoulder, she gets upset because I'm being mean when I do that. If I let her in, she will happily be my friend, she will reminisce about our life prior to this year. I don't know what the point of this post is, a rant? Seeking insight? To commiserate? I would love for her to come back. Believe me, I am not stuck financially or otherwise if she does not, but that's not the point. Someone who I love dearly is hurting, badly, and is self-destructing. Please be kind. Here are some of the best comments from our community. I think the first thing you need to do is separate your finances. She will continue to bleed your account dry and I worry for you and your daughter. Have you read the 180? That's thrown around here a lot, but I think it would help you. I'm so sorry that this is happening. Something deeper seems to be going on with your wife. This sounds a lot like bipolar to me. If you haven't, I would look into that and see if bipolar sounds like what you're seeing. If so, that's a little bit of a starting point for you in understanding what might even be available for you to do as far as approaching all of this. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.